Welcome to a journey through history, an adventure through America's distinctive periods and characters. Today, we will explore together 46 men, from leaders, decisive people, to those who left a profound mark on this country's politics. 1. George Washington, 1789–1797. He was the first President of the United States, leading the nation through an important period in its independent history. He is honored for his important role in building the government structure, implementing foreign policy, and opposing the formation of political factions. 2. John Adams, 1797–1801. Adams was the second President of the United States and successor of George Washington. He played an important role in maintaining stability in the newly established country, especially in maintaining peace with England after the French Revolution. 3. Thomas Jefferson, 1801–1809. Jefferson, one of the most important presidents in American history, wrote the Declaration of Independence and expanded the territory by purchasing Louisiana from France. 4. James Madison, 1809–1817. Madison was the first of the U.S. presidents to face the war with Britain in 1812. He also played an important role in drafting the Monroe Doctrine, affirming the influence of the United States in the Americas. 5. James Monroe, 1817–1825. Monroe's time in power is known for the expansion of the United States, with the War of 1812 and the establishment of the Monroe Doctrine, which emphasized the containment of foreign nations. European nations intervened in American nations. 6. John Quincy Adams, 1825–1829. As the son of John Adams, he made many contributions to the development of national infrastructure by supporting the construction of railways and roads commerce. 7. Andrew Jackson, 1829–1837. Jackson was known as the President of the Common People and shaped many democratic policies, but also caused controversy with their implementation immigration policy and the extermination of the original people. 8. Martin Van Buren, 1837–1841. He was the man who faced the largest economic crisis in U.S. history, the Great Depression in 1837. 9. William Henry Harrison, 1841. Harrison was the 9th President of the United States and the only one who died after only 1 month in office, becoming the shortest president in U.S. history. 10. John Tyler, 1841–1845. Tyler was Harrison's 10th Vice President and later took power after Harrison's death. He is known for completing Harrison's term and for participating in territorial expansion. 11. James K. Polk, 1845–1849. Polk is famous for his policy of territorial expansion, managing the war with Mexico and promoting the construction of national railroads. 12. Zachary Taylor, 1849–1850. Taylor was the 12th president and served as a general in the Mexican War. He died after only 16 months in power. 13. Millard Fillmore, 1851–1853. Fillmore was the 12th Vice President and took power after Taylor's death. He supported the Compromise Act of 1850 on the issue of slavery. 14. Franklin Pierce, 1853–1857. During his term, Pierce faced many controversies related to slavery and territorial expansion. 15. James Buchanan, 1857–1861. Buchanan is considered the most recent president before America fell into the American Civil War. He failed to prevent the nation's division. 16. Abraham Lincoln, 1861–1865. Lincoln was president during the American Civil War. He is famous for launching the Emancipation Proclamation and preserving national unity. 17. Andrew Johnson, 1865–1869. Johnson became president after Lincoln's death and faced the great challenge of healing the nation after the Civil War. 18. Ulysses S. Grant, 1869–1877. Grant, one of the famous generals of the Civil War, was the 18th president. He promoted civil protection policies for black people. 19. Rutherford B. Hayes, 1877–1881. Famous for being the first president in U.S. history to be elected president through resolving the 1876 election controversy. 20. James A. Garfield, 1881. Garfield was in power for only a short time before being assassinated. He died after 200 days in power. 21. Chester A. Arthur, 1881–1885. Arthur came to power after Garfield's death. He is famous for promoting reforms in the administrative and financial systems. 22. Grover Cleveland, 1885–1889 and 1893–1897. Cleveland was the only president in U.S. history to be elected intermittently, serving 2 non-consecutive terms. 23. Benjamin Harrison, 1889–1893. Harrison was the grandson of William Henry Harrison and played a role in strengthening the Navy and protecting workers' rights. 24. Grover Cleveland, 1893–1897. Re-elected after 1 term, Cleveland faced many economic challenges, especially the Great Depression of 1893. 25. William McKinley, 1897–1901. McKinley is famous for leading the United States during the Spanish War and applying protectionist policies to protect domestic industry. 26. Theodore Roosevelt, 1901–1909. Roosevelt was one of the most influential presidents in U.S. history. He is famous for promoting progressive policies, environmental protection, and national park development. 27. William Howard Taft, 1909–1913. Taft, who is often known as the heaviest president, continued his policy of economic security and territorial expansion. 28. Woodrow Wilson, 1913–1921. Wilson led the United States through World War I and played an important role in establishing the United Nations. 29. Warren G. Harding, 1921–1923. Harding promoted economic recovery and development after World War I, but also faced many controversial issues and scandals. 30. Calvin Coolidge, 1923–1929. Coolidge continued economic conservatism and was known for lowering taxes and cutting government spending. 31. Herbert Hoover, 1929–1933. Hoover faced the Great Depression in the late 1920s and early 1930s, and his government was unable to prevent the economic collapse. 32. Franklin D. Roosevelt, 1933–1945. Roosevelt led the United States through the Great Depression and World War I. He is known for his New Deal policy and his important role in rebuilding the economy and military. 33. Harry S. Truman, 1945–1953. Truman faced ending World War I through the use of atomic force in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. He also played an important role in rebuilding Europe after the war. 34. Dwight D. Eisenhower, 1953–1961. Eisenhower was president and also a general of the Allied forces during World War II. He is famous for his conservative policies and advocacy of peace. 35. John F. Kennedy, 1961–1963. Kennedy was the youngest president to be elected President of the United States. He placed great emphasis on the goal of sending humans to the moon and shaped many domestic and foreign policies. 36. Lyndon B. Johnson, 1963–1969. Johnson took power after Kennedy's death and led the United States through the Vietnam War. He also promoted many social policies, such as the Democratic Equal Rights Act of 1964. 37. Richard Nixon, 1969–1974. Nixon was the first president to ever resign in U.S. history. He faced many challenges, from the Vietnam War to issues related to corruption and intelligence. 38. Gerald Ford, 1974–1977. Ford became president after Nixon resigned. He took many measures to heal the nation after the political crisis related to Watergate. 39. Jimmy Carter, 1977–1981. Carter faced many economic and diplomatic difficulties, especially during the Iran hostage crisis. 40. Ronald Reagan, 1981–1989. Reagan is famous for his economic policy called Reaganomics and his victory in the Cold War with the Soviet Union. He also played an important role in ending the Cold War. 41. George H. W. Bush, 1989–1993. Bush was president during the Great Transition period after the Cold War. He led Operation Desert Storm during the Persian Gulf War and oversaw the collapse of the Soviet Union. 42. Bill Clinton, 1993–2001. Clinton led the United States during a period of peace and economic development, especially with a balanced financial policy and the signing of the U.S.-Mexico Treaty Agreement. Canada, NAFTA. 43. George W. Bush, 2001–2009. Bush faced many challenges, including the September 11 attacks and the deployment of war in Afghanistan and Iraq. 44. Barack Obama, 2009–2017. Obama is the first African American to become president. He promoted health policy with the Affordable Care Act, ACA, and set a goal of withdrawing troops from Iraq. 45. Donald Trump, 2017–2021. Trump is famous for his decisive leadership style and innovative policies, including tax reform and the withdrawal of troops from some conflict zones. 46. Joe Biden, 2021. Biden is the current president of the United States, having assumed office since 2021. He focuses on many issues, such as fighting the COVID-19 pandemic, climate change, economic recovery, and recovery. Thank you for joining us on this journey, exploring the people who shaped and changed history. From Washington to Biden, from difficult circumstances to historic achievements, they are indispensable symbols in the journey of building this country. Let's continue to remember and learn from history so we can create a better future. Together, we, with pride and hope, continue to spread the spirit of a nation that is diverse, strong, and free. See you again in the next journey.